Another great dive, guys. This one's a special thank you to Jake. We're gonna be getting a lot of taco today. I've just been studying how Jake gets taco, and it's really helped me be a better diver. So today, hopefully you can learn a thing or two. I know I've been learning so much just watching him, seeing how he catches these taco, how he spots them, and I've been just trying to apply it. And today got a lot of tacos. So excited to share it with the family, with the friends, and see if I could keep it up. Thanks for tuning in. You guys know the deal. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to read your Bibles. Shoes. Here we got the Lucio cam. It's always awesome diving with Lucio and Jake. These guys are both super skilled divers, very respectful. So hopefully in this video, you'll be able to see some of the techniques that I've learned to catch some taco. Now, I'm not the best at hunting taco. I wouldn't say I have the taco eye. I think there's people on Maui that are just so much better. Even the guy that won the Larry Libras contest this last week was 71 years old, just an expert taco diver. So anybody can get them. Hopefully this video will just show you how to find it a little bit easier. So I'll walk through some steps on how I find them, and hopefully you'll be able to catch some taco and be able to share them with your friends, your family, and be able to make some awesome meals out of them. So my first 5 taco of the day were all too small. Here in Maui, they got to be at least a pound. So I found a lot of babies to begin with, and I was getting a little discouraged because I was like, man, Jake and Lucio both getting taco, and here I am just getting a bunch of babies. And obviously I'm not going to take them. Got to let them go and let them grow. But as I started diving a little deeper, I started getting the hang of catching some bigger ones. So here's a couple small ones, and I bring them up, and I realize right away this guy's too small. So I'm just going to let him go and trust that I'm gonna get some more if I just keep looking around. Here's Lucio stumbling upon a nice blowout and gets about a 2.5 pound taco right here. And that's what they'll do. They'll find little holes and push out the shells. So if you see some shells, kind of like a taco house is what we call them, you see some shells out of this hole, you know either a taco's been in there or a taco is currently in there. So that's one aspect to try and find them. There's another small one. I let him go. I see this guy poke his head out, and I'm thinking, okay, this guy might be decent size. And then I start to see the tentacles, and already I'm thinking, no, I don't think this one's big enough, but let's just see when he comes out. And then the tentacles get a little thicker, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this guy's gonna be a decent size. So I pull him out, and sure enough, he's a pound. So this is my first keeper of the day. So if you could fit your fingers all the way around its head and touch your fingers, that means it's not big enough. The head should be big enough where you can't fit your hand all the way around it. And that's just kind of a typical way to see if it's big enough. But you end up getting the eye for it, and if it's debatable, just better to let it go. So here's my first 3-pounder of the day. You can see the black from the surface. So when you're looking from the top and you're in a little bit of deeper water and you see like what might look like a rock, but then it changes color when you start to dive down, that's usually a taco. Sometimes they like to poke their eyes up when you start to dive down. Sometimes they just try and look like Vana, sea urchin, or they try and look like a rock, or they try and look like coral. Sometimes when you're diving down and you're just looking along the ground, they actually are standing up looking at you. So there's different ways to try and find taco. One of my favorite ways is looking for the moano, which is the goatfish, and they are always hunting them. So if you see one and it's kind of cruising around the same hole over and over and over, just keep your eye out. There might be a taco around there. A lot of the time there is. They could spot them, and then you could go down and grab them. Here's my first shot of the day. I see a nice kumu in this hole. There's a bunch of mempachi. I'm trying to angle my way to the kumu, and you can see it. It's right there, and it starts to, there it is, and it starts to swim away. It swims over to the other reef. Right there you go. You can see it right there. This is a nice 2.5-pound kumu. And I see all these nanui swimming around, so I decided just to stay here, wait for a nice nanui to swim by in front of me. I see this one that's got the white stripe. I was about to take a shot right there, and he turns around. So I know he's going to turn back around, so I just got to be patient, keep my gun, aim forward, and when he swims in front, pull the trigger. And when you don't stone them, they like to run. So this guy's running. I'm just trying to get up before my shaft or line gets caught on the reef, and then I gotta do another dive to get it off. So I'm stoked I'm able to get this one and make some poke, and this makes for an awesome poke. That's why I love shooting a nui. But they smell really bad when you gut them because of the type of seaweed that they eat. So they eat this sea grass, the seaweed that just makes them smell really bad. So it's always better just gut them after your dive, and then you don't have to take that smell back home to your house. But the meat tastes really good. So that's a nice size nanui right there. Here you can see I'm diving on this taco, and he's poked his head out a little bit right here. And what happens is when you dive down, you get to see them kind of look at you, and then when they see that you see them, they kind of crawl back in their hole. And when you see that, then you know that's a taco. Now this one, again, too small, so I'm gonna let him go. But sometimes what I like to do is just dive down halfway. I learned this one from Jake, that you dive down halfway and you see if they kind of shrivel in their hole or if they come out to look at you. It's a good way to find them. So here I'm on the surface, and I see this kaku, about a 4-foot barracuda, come up. So I asked Lucille, throw the spoon. He throws it. It cruises in a little bit, but the shot's just about 3 feet too long, so I don't take it. But on the same reef, you see this taco's just out sunbathing. So that's the other thing about taco. They love to sunbathe. So when the sun's out, you could look on the top of the rocks to see if any of these taco are gonna just be sitting there soaking up the sun. When it's cloudy, they usually hide in the rocks. So it's always good taco hunting when the sun's out. So you notice that little coral right there, that brown spot, looked like it could have been a taco. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to blend in to look like the coral. So I pushed that one out. That one was white, obviously too small, so I let him go. I'm diving down on some more and see if you could spot it. There he is right there. He saw me, so he cruises over to his hole, and I'm able to just tickle him out and grab this one. So this was a great day, just some nice 50-foot visibility of water and able to see the taco from the surface. But it really took some practice to see these guys because I haven't been able to see taco like this for a long time. This is actually the best I've ever done. I'm usually not very good at spotting the taco. So take all of this pieces of advice with a grain of salt. I'm not really the best taco diver. I'm just learning myself. So right here, another thing to note is it's always better to use a 3-prong. So the 3 prongs just have 3 different sharp points that is going to make them come out faster. My tip's a little bit dull too, so that doesn't help at all, but I got this one out using the gun, and 3 prongs a lot better. Here's Jake going down to get one that I couldn't get out. I took a dive. I left my gun down there, and then Lucio took a dive, and it started to come out a little bit, and then Jake, the taco master right here, taking a dive and getting it out. Now we got a rule, whoever spots it, that's whose it is. So even though Jake's getting it out, he's gonna come up and hand it off. And if he finds one and I'm gonna help get it out for him, then I'm gonna hand it off to him. So it's a pretty cool rule. That way whoever finds it, you're not like competing to dive down and risking a shallow water blackout. You already know if you find it, then your buddy's gonna give it to you. Doesn't really matter who gets it as long as we get it as a team. So there's Lucio diving down, getting his taco. Lucio was able to make out with a couple taco today as well, and a nice 3-pound kumu, which was awesome. Wish I would have got that one on video. So try and spot this taco and watch how it changes to a dark black. Looks like the coral right there changes to a dark black and then cruises into the hole and then just totally hides. So that's what they do. They try and get eyes on you to see if you see them, and if you see them, then they change color and hide. Sometimes they turn black, sometimes they turn white, and I was able to get this one out. And this was a cool dive because this is one Lucille filmed at the beginning and was able to get that good footage right there of me. Guys, thanks for tuning in. And if you like, I made this hat right here, Taco Diver hat. The funds are going to be going to support missionaries around the world. So if you like, just go ahead and follow the link right here. Get your own Taco Diver hat, and appreciate your guys' love and support. Shoots. Got the tacos. Gotta take out the eyes and the beak. Throw them in the Instapot. Cut up some ginger. Cutting up a couple onions. Blending it together with garlic and ginger. Cut up some tomato. 3 teaspoons cumin. 1.5 teaspoons turmeric. 3 teaspoons coriander. Blend it all together.
You need chili powder.
3 teaspoons chili powder. And 3 teaspoons of salt. Dump it in with the uncooked taco. Two cups of water. Four minutes. Pressure cook for 4 minutes. After this is done cooking, pressure cooking, we're gonna add coconut milk, garam masala, lemon juice to the mix. We're gonna take the taco, blend it up so it's nice and like ground taco. Then we're gonna cook the pasta and add it all together, and it's gonna be a delicious taco pasta.
Pasta is getting ready. Octopus just finished pressure cooking and now about to pop into the blender to get food processed. That was just 2 of them. Gonna now pull out the rest of the octopus. Some more octopus. About to put the octopus in the food processor. Got this boiling, the pasta's boiling, will be done and ready in 5 minutes. This is the rest of the octopus, already processed, 2 or 3 so far. So you put it on and you click mix. Just did 2 cans, full fat, Thai coconut milk. About to add the last can. Gonna add 3 teaspoons of garam masala. 1, 2, and 3. Stir until thickened, and then lime juice last.
Oh, pow! Now you just add bacon, cherry tomatoes, and Portuguese sausage, and it's good to go.
I don't know. Oh, that looks so good. Ooh, I don't remember. But it was just, I'm still in, he always brings us, but you're hungry, yeah?
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
But,
My resilience.
no, you go. Okay.